Hi, I'm Mike with MyTech Computer Solutions, and I'm bringing you another little episode of the IT for business owners. This is I'm trying to make it a little bit simple so business owners can understand some of the terms of IT security. And today we're going to talk about firewalls. Now, everyone thinks they have a firewall, and hopefully you do. So if you have an IT person coming in and setting up your firewall and your network, that's great. If you have something that the ISP gave you and you think that's your firewall, that's really not, in my opinion, and the opinion of most everyone in the IT field, not a good idea. So typically, a lot of businesses that we go to, and when we first get there, they have the equipment that was handed to them by their internet service provider. And basically it looks like this. It's just a modem. It could be a cable modem, could be a DSL modem, and if you're lucky enough to have fiber, it'll be a fiber transceiver. But it'll be a piece of equipment like this. And the stuff that the ISP hands you really isn't good enough to protect your business network. In addition to that, a lot of people do not set the passwords on here. So a number of times we've walked in to clients and sat down and said, okay, we would just do a quick little test and find out where their firewall was, get the firewall interface, log in with admin password or admin, and we own the network. We're in. So if you take a look at the net here, if you have someone from the outside hitting your router, which is the piece of equipment that your internet service provider gives you, they don't really care. If you have internet access to your network, they're happy. They did their job. It's up to you as a business owner and anyone that's in charge of an organization that has a local area network to secure your network from that point forward. Your ISP doesn't really care if your network's secure or not. So we're going to talk today about firewalls. Now, sometimes you might see something like this. This is a broadband router. These are the old D-Link routers. Recently, in fact, not too long ago, every single one of these are vulnerable and can be hacked on the internet. So if you've got one of these D-Links sitting there between your network and the internet, you're in deep doo-doo. A lot of times, you'll go out to Walmart or office supply store and get one of these Netgear wireless Wi-Fi routers. And a lot of small businesses use these. They have a very minimal amount of protection that's available for you on the internet. Basically, think about it. All of your stuff is here, and if you take a look at the firewall, this is like your offensive line in football. Your quarterback, all your stuff is down here, and this firewall, this offensive line, is trying to protect your network. Years ago, it used to be okay to use just the router / firewall, but nowadays the threats are a lot more intense, and you need a lot better piece of equipment to protect your network. So if you think about it, firewalls and routers have, it's more or less like a ship with 64,000 ways to get into your network. And if you think about a ship with 64,000 portals, what you want to do is you want to close every single one of these that you possibly can so no one can get into your ship. Firewalls do the same thing. Modern firewalls and the ones that you want are going to cost a little bit of money. And in addition, they have to be set up by someone that knows what they're doing. Because the newer second generation firewalls from WatchGuard, from SonicWall, from Cisco, from Sophos, all do these things. Number one is VPN, or virtual private network. So if you're at home and you want to log into your network, you can set up a secure encrypted tunnel between your laptop or your home network and your network at work. The second one would be application control. And with the second generation firewalls, application control is becoming more and more prevalent because on your network, here where all your computers are, we have Wi-Fi. And a lot of companies now are allowing their employees to bring cell phones, tablets, their own computers from home. They're connecting through the business Wi-Fi, and they're on your internal network. Everything's great, but you have no idea where these laptops have been, and you have no idea what applications they're running. New second generation firewalls with application control allows you to monitor Facebook usage, downloading music. The next thing is geo filters. And some of the newer firewalls have geo filters. We use one here, and that blocks traffic from every country that we don't want to deal with. Okay, that could be Russia, China. Now, if you're doing international work, you'd have to open up those ports. But we block most all the countries that we don't want to deal with, and we don't even have to worry about traffic coming from those. They also have built-in antivirus, built-in malware detection, content filters, which are very important. If you don't want your employees sitting on Facebook all day, you can go into the firewall and say block Facebook. If you want to let them go onto Facebook, or you use Facebook or social media in your business, then you could say between the hours of 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday, they can use their social media. Other than that, it's work time and you need to get your work done. So you can block that. Another thing that the second generation firewalls do is intrusion prevention. So they'll be able to detect intrusions that are on inside the network and coming from outside the network and log those for you. So oftentimes they can block them, and a lot of times they can log those. The reason I say you need someone that knows what they're doing to look after your firewall and manage your firewall is you could set these logs up, and if there's anything suspicious going on, it'll trigger an alert, and then you need to take a look at it. So in a nutshell, that's what firewalls are. That's what firewalls do for your business. And it's very important that you don't rely on what your ISP gave you, that you go ahead and you make the investment in a good firewall that will do all of this to protect all the data that you have on your network. I hope you found some value in this video, and if you liked it, please check it below, or if you have any comments, let us know. And if you have any requests for future videos, please post them below. Thank you.